guys, October 3rd, and we are going to draw today's tarot card. Sometimes when a card pops out like that, you might want to set it to the side and kind of see maybe if that's like an additional something that you should pay attention to. Sometimes the cards have their way of being read, even if that's not what you're going for. All right, so today is the 8 of Wands. Let's see. All right, the 8 of Wands strikes like lightning. It's a card of news, change, or clarity in an unresolved situation. You might hear from an old friend out of the blue or receive some surprising news that shifts the direction of your course. This card sometimes means literal movement is on the horizon, so be ready to travel if the opportunity arises. So change, definitely. I have lots of things coming up. A couple of things I was not sure that I would get, but if you guys have been following along for a while, you know I have been waiting on some information on the big event here on base at the end of the year, and I actually just officially applied to it, and I should be hearing back soon about whether or not I made it into that. Otherwise, it says that I should be ready to travel if the opportunity arises, so I will definitely be keeping an eye out on the horizon for that. And since we had the Ace of Cups jump out at me, I think we'll go ahead and do that one too. The Ace of Cups marks the beginning of exciting new phases. Since the Suit of Cups deals specifically with love and emotion, you're in for a treat. Expect to enter a blissful time of health, joy, and friendship. A new love could be on the horizon. You may feel that you're making a whole new start. Just go with it and allow this feeling to revitalize your spirit. Well, I would definitely love to know that that means blissful time of health, joy, and friendship for sure, but of course I very much love my husband and I don't expect to be finding any new love interests. So, but you know, maybe that could be love in a different way. You never know what tarot really is bringing to the table. It's so much up for interpretation, but I like both of these cards, so let's see what that has in store for me. And warm welcome back to the channel. My name's Grace if you're new here, and this is the Rusty Thicket, and today is day 3 of VLOGOWEEN. And for our project today, we're going to make a trick-or-treat tote bag. I mentioned it in one of my last videos that at the end of October, so the end of VLOGOWEEN, everything that I do that I'm not keeping is going to go in this tote bag, and we're going to do it as a giveaway. So make sure you hang around for all of that. We've got lots of great stuff coming up in the next couple of videos. So it is a tote bag that I've already had, and I've got this design on the back. Just some cute little mushrooms. It's the flocked vinyl. It's like kind of fuzzy, which I really like. But the vinyl I got for this project is going to be this like shimmery gold. It's not sparkly, it's just kind of a metallic gold, and I think it's going to look really great for the image that I have designed. So I had initially thought maybe I would go off of Cricut and find something free, or maybe buy something off of Etsy or something like that. But I thought it would be a lot more fun if I showed you what my process was like for making SVG files. So if you know about Cricut, Cricut requires SVG files to cut, and a lot of the time those are just like one flat image. The reason I think a silhouette machine is called a silhouette is because typically what you're cutting is outlines of things, so silhouettes. You can do layers, and I've not really gotten into much layering when it comes to SVGs and things, but I really like kind of just the plain flat look. I don't know. But I wanted to show you guys that this is what I came up with. It's just a pumpkin that says trick or treat and some little bats and some stars, and I think it's going to be really, really cute with the gold vinyl. But I wanted to show you how I did this first. I'm going to insert a little clip of me drawing it out here in just a second, but in the meantime, so when you draw this out, I do it all in black, and I start, you know, adding in the stuff that I know I want to see on the outside of the image. And so like when I initially drew this out, it was just the pumpkin, but I kind of really wanted some like little vines and things in there just for some extra flair. And then I go in and I take my eraser tool and I erase out anything that I want the canvas to show through on the back side. So this is your negative space. And this is like really common in watercolor where you have to think about your white spaces ahead of time, except this where you want it to be clear because that's what's going to show up behind your vinyl. So the gold is going to be everything where you see black, and then the black canvas tote will come up where you see white on this image. Okay, and then when you're done making your file, because it doesn't have to start out any certain way, you just want it to be nice and big, you're gonna go up here and you're gonna go to the share button, and you can see here where it's going to list all the different file types that you can export it as. I always do it as a PNG. That's just how I was, well, not taught, that's how I taught myself off of like YouTube and stuff like that. But the file converter website that I use actually says that you can convert JPEGs and I think maybe TIFF file types too. I'll have to double check that here in just a second. But that means, you know, you can upload just a normal picture and they will turn that into an SVG file for the Cricut machine to cut. And I've never tried that before, but maybe that's something we do in the future. So let's head to the computer and I'll show you how I get it all set up from there. Okay, so this is the website that I use. It's called picsvg.com, so picsvg.com. And all you do is you upload your picture and it'll show the original, and then you're going to download it as an SVG because you want it to be converted to that for the Cricut machine to read it. And I'm not going to do it because I have already uploaded that, but then I usually save it to like Google Drive or something like that. And then you're going to go to Cricut, and once you upload it into your Cricut machine, because you'll have to go down here to like the little upload thing and then find your file. But then you're going to put this on a brand new canvas, and my vinyl is an 8.5 by 8.5 to give me a little extra room, but our image is going to be about an 8 by 8. And as you see here, I've already welded this together. It will show up in a bunch of different shapes and things like that all on the right side. If you have pieces that have, you know, completely separated from the bulk of your image. So like these two bats showed up separate, and I think a couple other things. But then you just go down here to weld and it makes it all into one basic cut, and that's what you want. So as you can see, we have the vinyl all set up and the Cricut is ready to go. All right, and I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but you definitely want to make sure that you are clear glossy side, like the shiny glossy side down, because you want to reverse this image. So make sure you hit the mirror button on your Cricut workspace. All right, and then you're gonna wanna make sure that you're on your vinyl setting. We're ready to go. All right, in the meantime, while that is going, we're gonna make sure this canvas tote is really clean. I'm making sure that our iron is heating up real good. And we want to weed this out. I have not decided if I want to leave the bats fully in here or not, but we're going to take everything out first and see what we think before we make that decision. Okay, and I think I decided I want to leave these bats in there. I think that will turn out really cute. All right, so then we're gonna just peel this off of the mat. And then back to our canvas tote here. So one of the things that I have learned, you definitely want to heat up whatever it is that you're using first. Not just to get all the lines out, but to have something for that vinyl to initially stick to. Once that's good and warm, we'll add the vinyl to it. I always add another layer between it and the vinyl just to be on the safe side. I guess you could probably just do it right on that plastic since it seems to be okay, but maybe that's just for the smaller ones I've done in the past. This is the first large item I've done in some time. Alright, and then this specific kind of vinyl says to make it, make sure it is cool before you peel all of the plastic backing off. So she's not perfect, but I definitely think there's plenty of character here. There's a couple little creases that I'm not sure what really happened on, but art on vinyl is something I'm still very much learning and trying to get a hand on, especially with the regular old iron. I think with the press, you know, things are just naturally a little bit more smooth to deal with. But here's the tote. And I think, considering I designed it and everything, it turned out pretty darn cute. I would love to know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure to stay tuned for all of the upcoming VLOGOWEEN stuff. I'm really excited to get to share all of that with you guys. If you have any tips and tricks and hints, I would love to know those on vinyl as well. But I would say she turned out quite cute. Now to fill it up full of goodies and send it off to a lucky subscriber soon. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.